These tiny plastic spheres are floating in midair. And while it may seem like a trick, physicist Chris Benmore says it's not magic, it's science. Using technology originally developed by NASA, Benmore has set up a pair of speakers that shoot identical sound waves at one another.
A sound wave is really a pressure wave. So what you really have is a pressure wave coming in one direction and another pressure wave of equal size coming in the other direction. And where those pressure waves meet, they cancel, and that creates a little pocket of space. And so if you put an object in that space, if it tries to get out, it will be pushed back in by either wave.
And while levitation looks impressive, Benmore hopes it will have an equally magical impact on the production of new, more powerful drugs. The goal, he says, is to develop drugs with amorphous or glassy molecular structures.
The key to making things glassy or amorphous is to try and deeply supercool a liquid. And the best way of deeply supercooling a liquid is to not have a container, because if you have a surface that interacts with a container, that creates little nucleation points where you can grow a crystal. Okay, so if there's no surface, you're more likely to keep in the liquid state and supercool all the way through to a glass. And a glass can have very different properties than a crystal.
Benmore says amorphous drugs are a lot more soluble in the body than those with crystal structures, and therefore significantly more effective in treating many diseases.
We're working on different classes of drugs, particularly HIV drugs, as well as co-crystals and other things, to see where it's the best effective.
The arduous task of cataloging the drugs best suited for amorphous structuring and finding ways to scale up production are the main barriers to industrializing the process of drug development through levitation. But given its potential for producing more effective drugs, Benmore says he thinks it's inevitable that pharmaceutical companies will soon want to float the idea for themselves.